if you're going through a hard time right now, or life just seems to have taken a really hard left on you, and you're confused and you're trying to make sense of what's going on, you're in the right place. So this is something I wanted to kind of go over because I've noticed this happening to a lot of people. And what happens is we are expecting something to happen, we're excited about something, it doesn't work out, or maybe things are going well and something gets removed from our life that we don't want to leave, whether it's, a job, a house, a person, a pet, something like that. And the first thing we do is we kind of get stuck on our mind a little bit and we're like, why is this happening? And we get frustrated and we get upset. And we're trying to kind of make sense of what's going on. So that's what I'm here to help you do today. Now, sometimes part of it is our expectation, right? I think some of us place a lot of heavy weight on expecting things to turn out a certain way. And that's a lot of times where we get in trouble because, life doesn't work like that, unfortunately. But what's happening to you if you're experiencing this, you're not being punished. You didn't do something wrong. What's going on most of the time is that Spirit is removing something from you in order to make room for something better. It kind of just doesn't feel like it right now. So in order to navigate this properly, we have to, one, make peace with the fact that we lost what we lost, right? We can't pretend that it's fine or it doesn't matter. Certain things hurt. And I think first and foremost, it's really important to process our emotions and allow ourselves to feel how we're feeling. It's okay. You're allowed to be bummed. It sucks, right? So the next thing that we need to do is we need to really kind of figure out maybe why it's happening, right? Because what we're doing is we're looking at the failure part. We are looking at what went wrong instead of how this could actually be helpful for us, right? So for example, one of my clients was having a hard time. He was very stressed out about this big test that he was going to take. And what ended up happening was something went wrong with the paperwork and they weren't able to take it on time. So it got postponed, which was even more stressful, right? Because, you just kind of want to get stuff over with sometimes. But what had happened actually for him was that the universe knew he needed a little more time to prepare, to study for whatever was going on because of some particular things that were going on with him that didn't have to do with the test, right? That didn't have to do with the information on the test. So Spirit really hooked him up and gave him some time to study and prepare, and he did feel more confident and he went in and he passed the heck out of that test, right? So sometimes that's an example of maybe how something that seems like it's not great could be something that actually works out in your favor. I just think our brains are trained sometimes to see the bad very quickly, that it's hard to see where the situation could be helping you and where it could be a positive. So if you're experiencing something that went wrong, it's because you're supposed to be somewhere else, right? And another thing that I'll tell you before I sign off too, that I have learned, I have seen, I've experienced, is that no matter what, if something is meant for you, Spirit's going to give it to you, right? You might have some lessons to learn first. You might have some obstacles to overcome. But if it's really truly meant to be yours and you are working towards that, it's okay if you make a mistake. It's okay if you have a misstep here and there. It's going to be yours, right? You can't take it away. And I think sometimes we have this idea that like, oh, well, it's my fault. I did something to cause that. It's like, no, man, that just wasn't the right thing. Like, let it go, right? And the easier that we can let go of things that aren't meant for us, the more that we can create space for something that is meant for us, for something that is better, right? So try to keep that in mind if that's something that you're struggling with, or you're having a really hard time. I know that it's difficult. And if that's something you wanna work through with me too, if you need a little help with some perspective, that's definitely something I can do. So hit me up and we'll try to schedule something and get you through this together and get you in a place where you feel really empowered and encouraged instead of discouraged. So hope that was helpful. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope that you have an absolutely beautiful day.